Hey everyone, Jim here, Team Aquatics. Just it's daytime. I have not done any updates on my aquariums in quite some time. Just wanted to let you all know that they're still here and still continuing to progress. The 265 gallon frontosa tank continues to look great. The background, as if you've been following my channel, I removed a while ago. I had some fish get stuck behind it, but I still have the background, and my intention is to lower the water in the tank and get that background back in there at some point. Most of the fish here are larger now, so the likelihood that they'll get stuck behind it is pretty slim. But let me get up a little closer with the camera. Sorry for the lighting. I keep the lights in their tank fairly low. The largest fish now are probably just over 6 inches. The smallest, which are about a year younger than the largest, are, the largest of those is probably between 5 and 6 inches. The smallest fish in the tank are right around 4 inches. So they are growing, very slow growers. Anyone that's kept fronts knows that these fish do take a while. These are, if you haven't been following me, these are all F1 Katoomba region fish. They are from the Frontosa factory, and they're the other group that I have in here are from another private seller, but they are gorgeous fish. The Katoomba region for fronts are known for their deep, almost purple colors, and some of these are darker than others, but for the most part they're all like a dark, deep, rich blue to almost a purple color, but they're gorgeous. They're a little skittish. I haven't been spending as much time in front of this tank as I have in the past, but no pairing breeding yet. The oldest fish in here are about 2.5 years old. The youngest are about 1.5 years. So the next year or so, it's a long waiting game, as most people who are breeding fronts know. It can take time. A lot of people buy wild caught, and they're older fish, and they have a lot of success with them. These fish will eventually, hopefully, do the job for me. I'd love to see them breed at some point. But they're great. There's also some dwarf catfish in here. You see them scooting around on the bottom. They help with the mess that these guys leave behind, and they're also not they're not egg hijackers. So they're not going to try to steal the eggs if one of the females does decide to lay eggs and try to spawn. So they're not egg stealers. All right, so let me pause, and then we'll move on to the other side of the fish room, and I'll give you updates on the rest of my tanks. So not a lot of changes on this side. Frank is still here. Frank's he's closing in on probably close to 12 inches, between 10 and 12 inches. He is a monstrous Flowerhorn, still extremely interactive and aggressive. He is one of my favorites. He is turned out to be a very, very beautiful specimen. He's in here with a larger common pleco, but they both get along really well, actually. But Frank's gorgeous. Frank he was sold as a grade A Flowerhorn. He is clearly that. His colors are absolutely beautiful. He's a red dragon, which is fairly common Flowerhorn, but to me, I really don't care. He's just beautiful. He's got some scales growing back on his coke. I had some driftwood in here, and I had a couple of rocks just for aesthetics and to help the pleco out. But to be honest with you, this guy is just so boisterous. If food got behind the driftwood or under a rock, he would literally just drill at it. And he's a very powerful fish, as you can see. So just had to get rid of the stuff that he was hurting himself on. So, but he's in great shape. He's in great shape. So All right, so moving down underneath, I've got my 2 wild-caught rock-keel severums. They're in the tank alone. I think there's a small pleco in there with them to kind of keep the tank clean. They're gorgeous fish. These are wild-caught. These are Jeff Rapp cichlids. Yeah, they're either Jeff Rapps or they're from Cichlids of the Americas. They're tangled up in cichlids or cichlids of the Americas. But these are both wild caught. This is a wild caught male and female. They have never been no spawning between the 2 of them. I've had them for quite some time now. I may be looking at some point to move them on, but they are both gorgeous. They're probably right around 6 to 7 inches. And here we have the synspilum tank. I just recently moved my, I had giant danios in here as kind of dithers. Anyone that's ever had synspilum or these Vieja synspilum know, based on all the reading I've done too, that they're when they're smaller, they're very skittish. As you can see now, they're not skittish at all. They're very social, and they think I'm going to feed them. I actually just gave them a bunch of earthworms for breakfast. These guys have, I have a video of them from, I don't know, about a month ago, where I had some nesting behavior, but still no spawning, no pairing yet, and no real crazy aggression between them. So these guys are really pretty. These guys are also wild-caught specimens. Actually, 3 of them are, 2 of them are not. As far as I know, 2 of them are F1s, 3 of them are wild-caught. Again, from either tangled up in cichlids or cichlids of the Americas. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but you can see they're all fat. They just had eaten about an hour or 2 ago. These guys typically are on omega-1. They're the cichlid omega-1, which is fairly high quality. But every once in a while, I'll give them some live food. All right, so moving on. You guys might be aware that I've bred some bristlenose. I have a couple of pairs. Obviously albino and also the regular brown colors, but there's probably I want to say there's probably close to 100 fish in this tank, and I'm going to be getting ready to sell some of these fairly soon. The largest ones here now are about 2 inches, 2.5 inches, but the larger they are, obviously, the more you get for them, but I'm not looking to get a ton of money for them. I'm eventually just going to sell them and probably free this tank up for other projects. But yeah, that's about it. That's about all I've got going on right now in the fish room. I still have the puffer. Let me slide up here, see if you can see him. He usually hangs out in the cave, but that's a hairy puffer. See if I can focus. Sorry for the shaking camera, but he's great. He's doing really well, and he's probably about 4 inches now. So he's a fun fish to have. But anyway, that's the fish room, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, you like the videos, you kind of like what I'm doing here, which is really just normal fish keeping stuff. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I appreciate everyone who's subscribed over the past few months, even though I haven't been posting much, and I will definitely be seeing you soon. Hope you're having a great summer.